I am Ygor Anario. I'm a Brazilian artist. I'm just finished my graduation in visual artist. I entered this world while it's like a falling with a parachute in the foreign object, and it has been amazing. My English gets better while talking with you, while listening to you. So I thank you guys a lot for having me and for having the patience for try to understand what I am talking about. So I'm going to read and I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share a video. Can you guys see it?
Yeah.
Yes. Let me. Okay. My talk, my text is called Intertwining Rhythm, Protolith and Metamorphic Bodies. Our current body is a body in transition. It can be perceived based on the idea of the instant already, as written by Brazilian author Clarice Lispector. The instant already is something so fleeting that it is no longer, because now it has become a new instant already that is also no longer. In the midst of an ever-increasing flow of data and exponential informational transformations, one could foolishly assume that such a body supposedly does not change. Nevertheless, it has another rhythm. Would that rhythm be of a geological order? If so, is a body like a metamorphic rocks that undergo transformations when subjected to heat/temperature, pressure, fluids, and time itself? Rhythm was a word Francesca Ferrando singled out from my artistic project. With that word in mind, I continued thinking, departing from the following questions. What is rhythm? How does it relate to the non-fixed concept of the human? And how does it take part in the transformations of humans and non-humans? What are its connections with deep time? Also, how does rhythm relate to existence? Frequently, the notion of rhythm can be traced very close to definitions that are based on biology, as expressed through the irregularity of walking and heartbeats. Some would say that the rhythm of the heartbeat is preceded by affection, since the latter is directly related to and acts upon the former. I wonder if in this case, some kind of dualism is present between what is natural and what is artificial. But I also wonder, what would a rhythm of affection be? And what rhythm would it contain? Rhythm comes from the Greek word rhythmos, which denotes a recurring movement. However, let us now turn to another Greek word, to what the early thinkers sought to characterize as arche, or arche. Arche can contain several meanings at the same time, be it as matter, the stuff of which the world is made, be it the beginning as the inception, the first movement that gave rise to all things, be it the beginning as that which governs the existence of all things at all times, in their origin and their present and their finality, be it the destination, unique or not, toward which all things tend and are directed in their movements. One can notice here a desire in explaining not only the heterogeneity and multiplicity of things existing in the world, but also the movements that makes them exist, that constitutes them, that transforms one thing into another. The desire not only to explain the origin of the world, but also of its order, its cosmos, that lies beneath all things, governing its movements, not only the generator entity, but also the regularity idea of every process of generation and degeneration, of formation and destruction of all things. Arche connects us to the beginning, to the primeval movement that gave origin to all things, to which rhythm is immanent. Rhythm alongside movement is what makes things to be, what constitutes them, what transforms one thing into another. I say again, a process of generation and degeneration, formation and destruction of all things. Almost a year ago, I was trying to conduct a collection of initial ideas that would result in an art project. I animated 3D exterior digital files depicting bodies and juxtaposed them by images resembling geological sediments. But prior to that, I wrote the following poem. It's called Greater Than Zero. When the human made himself nuclear, reject evolution to inhumanity. Disengaged from deep time, humans remain idealistically detached from continuous process. Although acceleration is greater than zero and speed describes an era, in its compulsory duality, paradoxically, body suggests an end, a sediment devoid of imminence. Is there a greatness in this vision of life? Our body is a body in transition, in a continuous process of metamorphism. Metamorphism is the set of bodying process that leads to the formation of metamorphic bodies. These processes involve transformations undergone by bodies when subjected to heat/temperature, pressure, relational embodiment, and time. Unlike metamorphic rocks, which start from a prime rock, the protolith, our protolith is unknown, non-existent, or indicates hybridization. It could be the mixture of all things from the event that sparked the universe. The following paragraph is a conclusive détournement of Lispector's text. I tell you, I'm trying to capture the fourth dimension of the body that is so fleeting that it is no longer, because it now has become a new body that is also no longer. Each body has an instant in which it is. I want to take the possession of the is of the body. Those instants in which the bodies take place in the air that I breathe. In fireworks, they bust mute in space. I want to possess the atoms of time, and I want to capture the present that, by its very nature, is forbidden to me. The present escapes me. Actuality escapes me. Actuality is me, always in the already now.
That was amazing.
Yeah, actually, it was really beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was very nervous to do it.
Yeah, I loved what you were saying about rhythm. I connected with that very much. This idea, I don't know, for me it's important at least, that is about like the internal pulse. That's something I've been exploring, like, at least from my perspective, of course, when you play and you have you have to do whatever comes to your mind. It's also like a very introspective search of your own pulse. I don't know how you relate to that idea of rhythm, like how you explore it in your work.
I'm kind of shaking right now, but I'll try to answer that. Let me pass again. The relation between rhythm and pulse, right? Yes, in the text there is a passage that I relate that's there are some notions of rhythm that are very related and close to the notion of biology notions, and this pose not only of our heartbeats, but it's also a pose that transcends us in a sense that it repercutes or resonates like you would like to say, and I think it is this kind of ideas that I want to talk while talking about rhythm. This pose is not only our pose, the pose of our hearts, is also the pose that the relinks us to this post moment of the boast of the universe, or when or that amazing moment when things comes to be, a moment there is nothing, and then suddenly rhythm, and in this movement this pose resonates into us until our current days, or something like that. I don't know if I answered.
Yeah, no.
When you were saying that, I was actually thinking about Anna, and you must collaborate. You must come up with something really wonderful, both of you.
Thank you very much.
That would be nice. That would be nice. That's a great idea.
Thank
Because
you.
I shared a lot of what you were saying. It was like, yeah, I don't know. I loved it.
I'm so very happy. My eyelids are burning, right?
We were fine. You were great. Don't worry.
Oh, thank you guys. Thank you. There's
And if anyone else has any question or
I can add to a bit. If you're interested for this idea of rhythms and dance and the creation, there's something called Dance of Shiva or Nataraja in Indian scriptures. So this rhythm of Shiva, this deity god Shiva, his dance is actually creating the world. And with his rhythms, the creatures are being created with a certain rhythms of ups and downs. He's creating this world and this cosmos. So if you're interested, you can go through this philosophy of dances of Shiva.
Dances of Shiva, okay.
Shiva, yeah. I guess I just thought it might help you out.
Amazing, thank you.
Actually, even CERN, CERN, that NASA and CERN are two major scientific explorers. So CERN has actually they are smashing the particles together to create the first moments of cosmos. This Big Bang theory. So they are actually recreating this the moment which they can find out what happening at it's like NASA is doing the outer space, CERN is doing the microscopes. So they have this Nataraja, the dance of Shiva in the front gate of their institution. So it is actually a big thing. It's not something like mythical or something. It's like NASA is actually accepting that there is some consciousness out there. The CERN is also accepting that there is something like greater, like dances of Shiva, which they are trying to find out in how the atoms are vibrating and how these atoms are vibrating and creating the material outward. I'm sorry.
Thank you. Thank you. I write all. There is also another question here, is by Sortirto. He asked, is there any specific significance as to why you may have chosen to feature the headless, limbless, blue body floating? I was intrigued. So what I was trying to engage while doing this work was that there is a normative idea that the body, this normative idea that puts an end to every single body, in the sense that there is this normative dimension that makes that it states that there is only two kinds of body, and the body of a man and the body of a woman. And while in how can I say that, by taking these two limbless and severed head bodies, I try to engage with this normative dimension that is very widespread, but it's also that that takes then that doesn't take into to account identities or subjectivities. So a body without head is also a body without subjectivity or identity in this sense. And while relating this with ideas of I don't know what people say about what capitalism is doing with our minds is it it moves on our minds, but it makes us move through our bodies. So by decapitating the bodies, I feel like I was trying to be more I don't know how to say that. Trying to bring this idea with no identityless. Okay, it was clear. Yes, thank you very much. Thank you.